You ready?
I'm ready.
Three, two, one, go.
All right.
Saw this.
This overture,
Yeah,
yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
This overture is absolutely classic. When as I've grown to love films, I really view classic films of this era with an overture. That's why when I did my own cut of the first two Dune movies, I actually added an overture before the film started because I like it so much in the motion picture, in Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Yeah, this is a very old school thing that was basically to give the audience time to sit down and they're
Mhm.
listening to the overture while they're getting in their seats and all this. They've done it in other movies, but some movies they actually have like a screen that says overture. This is just a
Yep.
black screen, and not very many movies actually did that. This is kind of unique in that way where
Yeah. Also, if you're not used to this, it'll lull you to sleep. You're like, "The hell is this? Is this the movie?" And then what we're about to see in a couple of seconds really kicks it into gear.
I was confused the first time I saw this.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I think my two cousins were watching with me. By the way, both of them fell asleep during the movie, and I struggled to stay awake.
I bet you
So
did.
the overture's over now, and we're getting into the credits. I'm just going to use this as a visual reference, as a
Yeah.
sync up
Yeah. We're not
to
going to get
whoever
in
wants to
trouble.
watch along. I don't think I'll see. That's just a
Yep.
subtitle.
Yep. Right there.
This is not so anybody can watch it. It's just
Just for sync up purposes.
exactly. And I didn't know that the next generation theme was actually the motion picture theme. That was a
I,
discovery that I made. I
I,
was like, holy shit. The
I, I,
TNG theme comes from this movie. I don't know, it was crazy.
I did not know that. I was under the impression that they took pieces of this and they reworked it,
Hmm, interesting.
but uh, but but I guess not.
No, I mean it's not it's there's a different version in TNG. It's just
Yeah.
this is not the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
Right. Right.
But yeah, they do a different version.
So
This is
so
the theatrical original version of it that I'm not sure right off the top of my head if they've used this particular theme in any other Trek movie, except for maybe at the end credits of one of the TNG or some of the TNG movies, where it goes dun, 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 dun,
that shitty sky.
ominous music playing.
Yep. Trouble ahead.
Also, it was a surprise to see the Klingons in like the first version of the Klingons with the makeup.
Yeah. I wonder how many people of the original series saw these Klingons and then started like uh, an angry writing letter
Letter
campaign.
writing
Probably
campaign.
not. Probably not, because at this point, I think the original series was so beloved that they were just so happy to have Star Trek back after it got canceled after it got canceled after 3 seasons.
And I'm sure people were like, well, those aren't Klingons. What are those? But
Yeah, but
I'm sure some people were like, I guess they had to update it because they had money and these
mhm,
are aliens, so we have to make them look not like guys in dark makeup
yeah.
with kind of Fu Manchu mustache. I don't know if they all had that, but yeah, it was basic. It wasn't. This is Mark Leonard, by the way, the guy who plays Sarek in
the
parts
the the
three,
the,
4, and 6.
the captain of the Klingon ship, right?
Yeah, the main, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Main guy. Okay. Yeah.
Mark Leonard was the first Klingon with the forehead ridges, and they all kind of look weird. They all kind of have the, yeah. It's not completely evolved yet,
Okay.
and even by the second time we see Klingons of this sort is in the Search for Spock,
Right.
and that's, you could see it evolving.
The visual effects for the time look 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 great. They look like they look like Star Trek. Star Trek tried to like. I'm sure for the time the visual effects look great to the Star Trek crowd.
Yeah, I mean it is a very 70s looking movie.
Right. Right.
Although
Right.
it's like right at the end of the 70s, it's like, you know.
Hmm.
Also, all the visual effects shot. No, this is the theatrical version, and all the
Yep.
visual effects shots were rushed. They had to rush
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie because
Yeah.
they had booked the theaters for December of 1979, and they had they had about a year of post production, which
Yeah,
wasn't
but
wasn't feasible. There were like, I don't know, 500 shots or something, like we. And the reason why this film is so poorly paced in some parts is because the score had already been done over what Robert Wise had edited, or what he had done, and they couldn't cut things because it wouldn't sync with the score.
oh my god.
So when he went and did the director's cut, which, by the way, there are like five different versions of this movie, four or five different versions of this movie. There's the
Okay.
theatrical cut, there's the
Yep.
TV version, which
TV
is called
version.
the super long cut or the longer cut or something like that.
Right.
That includes the most additional footage. And then there's the 2002 or 2001, somewhere around there, Robert Wise director's cut,
Mm.
which is different from the 2022 remaster of that cut.
The definitive edition, right?
Yeah,
I
so
think that's
like
what they called it.
the version I had on DVD was the director's cut, which had some completed special effects when Kirk does the spacewalk thing, and
Mhm.
also uh, when he says "viewer off," he says it twice, and Uhura hesitates. That was taken out of uh, the remaster that they did for Paramount Plus. And there's
Okay.
also a scene where Chekhov gets his hand burned, and Ilea, am I saying her name right? We'll find out.
Yes. Alia,
Lieutenant
yes.
Ilea, she says, "I can take away his pain," and she kind of she helps him before
Right.
Nurse Chapel comes in and heals the burn. But they cut that out.
Mm.
It's weird. There's like, they couldn't decide on a cut of the movie, and I've
Weird
decided, you
cuts,
know
man.
what, I like the most this version because it's the shortest.
It's the shortest version. That's a ticket. That's a ticket.
There are great deleted scenes in this movie, but
Yeah,
until they
I
come out with
bet.
a cut that includes like the basically the TV version that they had back in the day, which was super long, which I never saw, but only heard of. By God, these special effects. It's like the ground is lit, but the sky is pitch black. It makes no sense visually. They did fix that in the remaster. That looks so creepy. It looks like a nightmare. Oh my God. It looks awful. This looked really bad on the VHS that I first watched it on. Like, so you're synced up with me here, right? You can see that. Oh, Marcelo's gone.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm synced up with you.
Did you know that originally she's speaking English? She's saying everything in English, and they re-recorded her lines to so the Vulcan that she has to speak has to sync up with her English words.
Uh huh.
So if you go back and when she says total logic, she's actually saying total logic, but they re-recorded osol algica or something. You know, it's like
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy the effort that they put into this movie, and it's watching it so many years later. It's really, really a treat. Putting
like
aside the special effects.
look at her look at her what she's saying and look at the English she's speaking English. This consciousness is calling you from space. It
Yeah.
touches your human blood, Spock. But it's really cool how they redid her voice to sync up with. It's cool. I don't know, and it's the first time you ever hear the Vulcan language, as far as I know. I don't think it's
Mhm.
ever spoken in TOS.
That is really cool.
That was the one thing I was impressed with right away. I was like, wow, they're actually speaking an alien language because they wouldn't be speaking English, obviously, but there's a lot of suspension of disbelief in Star Trek where you will see a Klingon speaking Klingon, and then in the next shot he's speaking English, and that would confuse some people. But what it's meant to be is that they're just switching over for your sake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're trying to make the movie viewing experience a
More
little bit
accessible.
better,
Yes,
accessible. Right?
and it's like it's almost like the universal translator comes on in the movie, like it's a
Yep.
delay. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
foreign language I can't understand, switch it up, now I can understand it.
Yeah. That reminds me of the thing that they did in Hunt for Red October, right? When they wanted the characters to continue to speak Russian, but to cue to the audience that they're speaking Russian, but the audience is speaking English. What the director did was just uh, uh, zoom in on his mouth or push in on his mouth.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie, I've yet to see it, but yeah, I've heard about, yeah, that part of it. Yeah, so it took me a long time to realize that this Vulcan dude is the one that dies in the transporter accident. I just didn't think of it. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah. It took me a couple years to figure that out as well. I had no idea.
like to me, he was always just some guy that appears in the movie for a second that I never paid attention to. I'm just like concerned about what Kirk is at, but yeah, he was going to be the first officer, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, the science officer. He was
Hmm.
Spock's replacement, I guess.
Yeah. Commander Sonak.
You know, it's amazing what it must have felt like for somebody who watched TOS back in the day, because this came out before we were born,
Hmm.
but who watched TOS and then went and saw this movie and just the visual upgrade of like the models and the detail, and which almost seems like pretty simple stuff nowadays because everything's just a CGI model. But like
Yeah.
even shots like this where they have to, where it's like they're actually showing the inside. I mean, it looks bad because it's just pictures projected on the model, you know, or it's they have a little projector or something that they use.
Hmm.
I
Back in the
can't
day,
remember
back in the
exactly
day,
how it's
back in
done.
the day, it must have blown their mind. Absolutely. Like to go
And the
from
scale,
to go.
yeah, the scale and scope of it was so much bigger, right? Yeah.
Yeah, scale and scope was so much bigger. And I was gonna say, going from a cheesy science fiction show with with something to say to a massive, colorful space adventure to a point with this must have been amazing for the folks who got to see it.
I'm sure not every Trek fan loved it, but I can imagine it satisfied a lot of people just in terms of the scope of it. And yeah, I'm sure there were people who were like, what was the joke back in the day? Star Trek, the motionless picture,
Yeah,
something like that, or some kind of.
the emotionless picture, I think it was. Yeah.
This is the only Star Trek film where William Shatner looks like he did in the TV show. And I love in terms of continuity, this takes place not that long after Star Trek the animated series would take place, which would be
Mm.
2270, I believe.
I think so. Well, Star Trek the animated series is the only Star Trek that I have not seen. I tried to do it, folks, but I just couldn't. Try to do it, but I just couldn't.
So this is 3 years after uh, their 5 year mission.
Hmm.
Everybody's kind of aged a little too much, obviously.
Hmm.
But I like that by the time they get to the second film, it's they seem to do a time jump. Like it's not just 3 years later, meaning like from 1979 to 1982. They
Right.
do a time jump to kind of compensate for the fact that they already did a kind of advanced time jump.
Right. As a kid,
Because,
how were you feeling when you saw the brand new Enterprise for the first time, the refit?
well, I'd already seen it in Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock, and
Right.
then it gets destroyed or whatever. But yeah, I
Right.
already knew what it looked like. And besides, they reuse a lot of shots.
Hmm.
Not a lot, maybe a few that I can remember in Wrath of Khan.
Mm.
So when I saw this, I recognized the fact that oh they because and I didn't like hold it against them because I also noticed that in Star Trek Generations they used the same Klingon explosion as they did in the Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
so obvious and noticeable. I was like, oh, they just do that. They reuse shots. Not only that, they reuse a couple of shots from the TV show,
Yep.
the Next Generation in Generations, in terms of the
If it
ship
works, keep
shots.
it.
Yeah, because
If it works, keep it.
they weren't certain
Also,
shots of the Enterprise weren't filmed for the movie, but since they were shot on 35 millimeter film, you could just insert them into a movie. Although they do look slightly lower quality than
right, right,
the actual
right.
shots they use in the
Lower
movie.
res.
No, not lower res. Just if we ever get to watching along with that one, point it out. But yeah, you notice it. You're like, I've seen that shot in the show like 100 times.
Hmm.
It's just a standard shot of the Enterprise. They only do it. They don't do it every time, but when you get the big battle between the Klingons and the Enterprise in that movie, you'll notice like the difference in the film
Right.
quality, Enterprise D, and like a couple of shots from the TV show.
Hmm.
Just establishing shots. It's not even a crime, really. It's save a bit of money, why don't you?
Yeah. Right.
Kirk's face here is like it's like he's about to. He's like he's in love. He's in
Yeah.
love with this goddamn ship. This goes on and on, dude.
Yeah. It goes on and on and on. They,
But it's the fucking music just makes it worth it.
yeah. Yeah.
And
It does.
the models don't hold up. I know you get some of these blurry shots and stuff, and it's like a lot of this. Some of that shot there looks good, but some other ones don't look so great. And the compositing, you know, you got to
Yeah.
take
Doesn't
you
look
got to
great
take it
either.
for when it was done, and like that's it's pretty high quality stuff for the time.
Hmm. No, but no, but this shot was parodied in Lower Decks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like you can see the open arse of the ship and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy, crazy long. Uh,
And see, like
JJ.
shots like this, it looks so. It kind of looks like they're miniature. They're miniatures, You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
like what's that movie Fantastic Voyage or something?
Hmm. But yeah, by the way, I had that movie in my collection. That's a really good movie. I watched
Yeah,
it
it is.
as a kid and I bought it.
Uh, Raquel Welch is in that one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Mm. Slowest thing ever. Like, but
So,
like PJ said, it's all about the music, baby.
so Wrath of Khan takes place 12 years after the events of this movie,
Okay,
which is
that
brilliant
that's a bit.
because between the time they film this and by the time they get to, I mean, people age so fast back in the day, dude. Nobody ages like that anymore.
Nope.
Like Picard was older than he was in the show because he had that perpetually older look anyway.
Uh-huh.
But you know, William Shatner, I mean, he was a drinker. I don't know what kind of drugs he did, if he did any. I'm sure he did. I mean, Rocket Man, come on. I'm a rocket man.
Yeah, but people age very very fast back in the day because they had you know drugs and shit like that. But now, people age a lot slower. People are taking care of themselves a lot more now.
I love the 70s nature of this. It
Yeah.
looks so 70s. You can see the
Mhm.
outline of every penis. Uh,
Yeah.
like, really. But here's the thing. I'm joking, but some of them you can't. It's like, wow, I just saw that guy's knob. But, like, it's like, it is so 70s. Dude, it
Yeah.
is like
Absolutely.
full on. It doesn't hold up and it doesn't look great. And I don't like the uniforms. If they had made, and to be honest, if they had made this look a little bit more like the TV show, just like fancier, like a little more
Mhm.
detail, it would have been like visually to me, it would have been so much better. But you know, they did what they did. They upped it. The hallways is something that they kind of kept throughout the 80s and the 90s in terms of like it kind of looks like TNG.
Yep.
Like I could when I was watching this movie, I was like, oh my god, I understand where TNG got a lot of its
Sets and things.
aesthetics. You know,
Also, if you actually watch the series obsessively as a kid, like we did, the first thing that I noticed is when the movie started redressing the bridges to be different ships. I'm like, that
yeah.
looks like yeah.
This is forced perspective right here. The people right in the background are like the guy right in the back is a child.
Okay.
So it's just making it look like it's got more depth than it does.
Right. Right.
It's an optical illusion that actually works pretty well. But they use a kid at the very end of the end of the tunnel just to make him look like he's further away, like an adult is further away.
Hmm.
I'm taking over the center seat, Will. I'm replacing you as captain of the Enterprise. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's the
That's okay.
worst. That's the
It's
worst
okay.
William Shatner ever.
It's your channel. You can do what you want.
5 years
Your
out there
channel.
dealing with unknowns like this. I like how
Um,
he acknowledges that it is a totally new Enterprise. Like it looks nothing like the bridge looks similar, but it's and I don't
yeah, yeah.
think they should have had it look like exactly like the old one. I just mean like they make it so different for the sake of it being a motion picture. They make a big deal out of that. They put it in the freaking title even. How many
Mhm.
movies are called that though? The something something, the motion picture. Is there like is Star Trek the only one that did that?
Uh, I
Usually they say the
believe
movie.
I yeah, I believe so. I believe so. You know, but I think I think the marketing department wanted to make the first official Star Trek movie something grand, so they called it the motion picture. Right.
It gives it prestige or something.
Mhm.
Red
But
light
yeah,
on the
Kirk.
transporter, Mr. Scott.
Yeah. Kirk comes into this situation very, very brash, and he just wants to take over the Enterprise because he's the best person for the job. But I do find that as the movie goes on, the screenplay writers do a great job at making him realize that if he doesn't calm down and actually use the people that he has at his command, that he that they would have been killed several times way before they got into V'ger if Kirk didn't listen to Decker.
Well, yeah, and he's like hot-headed and a jerk in this movie until he
Yes.
learns like I need. There's a point in the movie where he backs down, and you. It's a very specific moment. We'll point it out when it comes up when he's talking to Decker. But yeah, the thing about Kirk is
He's a cowboy.
he always wants to be in that chair,
Yep.
and when he's away from the Enterprise, his the love of his life basically,
Yeah, pretty
it
much.
hurts him,
Yeah.
and he uses this opportunity with this entity to get it back for two reasons. Because he knows he is the best man for the job. And by the way, there's a deleted part in this. I'm sure it's not in the theatrical, where Uhura says to that big forehead guy, he questions like Kirk's taking over. He's like,
Uh huh.
Decker, Decker knows this ship inside or out, something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but this is the version I had years ago on DVD. And she says, Mister, him being here means shit. I'm sorry. What did she say? She says,
Uh,
"Oh,
uh,
our chances
yeah,
of coming
yeah.
back from this mission alive just doubled."
Double. She says, Ensign. Our chances of coming back from this mission have just doubled. Ensign.
I really didn't want to see Stephen Collins' knob just then, and it's like there for a second. It's like, God damn it, why do you choose these uniforms?
you know, uh, hindsight,
That's a thing. That's a thing throughout
hindsight is
Star Trek.
2020.
Those uncomfortable these ones that are kind of like unitards. In every instance, I've heard like behind the scenes that they're the worst things ever to wear. Like the best ones are the two piece because when you got the whole thing on it, like hurts your back and it stinks because of the material and that like apparently pit sweat can't be. I don't know if this movie in particular. I know the TNG first two seasons costumes were like
Mhm.
that. Anything with a unitard was horrible to wear, horrible, and it didn't
Mm.
flatter. It didn't flatter your body either. It accentuated your gut. So a lot
Yeah.
of these actors suck their guts in.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that nobody making the movie at the time thought that, or maybe somebody did, and maybe they got overruled or something like that.
You notice some of these uniforms have the skirt part over the guy's front.
Jeez.
William Shatner's like, "You're not seeing my knob, motherfuckers." You can see everybody else's knob but mine. By the way, Stephen Collins. I just want to acknowledge that he's a bad dude. I watched like a some show about him, and yeah, he's a sexual predator, dude. He got all fucking. He admitted his wife recorded him in a therapy session admitting to it,
Yeah.
and a
He's
lot of
a
the
person of
actors that he
questionable
worked with on
character.
Seventh Heaven and stuff like that were just like shocked, like just oh. By the way, his Seventh Heaven co-star Catherine Hicks, I believe is her name, was in Star Trek Four: The Voyage Home.
Mm.
Seventh Heaven was a show I used to watch too. Jessica Biel was in it, and
Yeah. Um, as you know, despite the fact that I am a I love the WB back in the day, I never watched Seven Heaven.
By the way, this guy's acting. Oh god, it's just I get it's awkward acting. Like he doesn't know what he's
A
reacting
little
to or
rough.
how to react. And I think he said as much in an interview. He's like, you gotta react to stuff that's not there. You don't know where to look and blah blah blah. Very cool effects for the time.
Yes.
But this is to me, this is a movie that's like it's the first Trek movie. Well, it's the only Trek movie to have that optical kind of uh, those optical kind of effects that would be seen in the show in a lesser scale. And then when you get to part two, it's right into the digital age with that CGI sequence. So like a lot of this is like these effects are paintings on glass that the camera is moving past. So you get like a 3D effect of the cloud.
Right.
A lot of
Right.
those
Right.
cloud
Right.
effects are literally just a camera
Matte
filming
paintings.
planes of glass,
Right.
painted glass,
Painted glass. Yeah.
and like there is no transfer to digital kind of thing. There's grids and stuff, but nothing that's like impressively animated or anything like that. It's got
Mhm.
those rudimentary special effects that were just being phased out. Like the
Yeah.
80s was moving into the digital age very slowly, by the way, but it got there. By the mid 80s, you had like the first CGI character in terms.
Yeah.
I think it was the young
And
Sherlock
and
Holmes,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the
The
stained glass
the
window thing.
mhm.
Uh,
That's a Steven Spielberg production, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I look at his reaction. Ilea.
His ears perked up for sure. Mm.
My, I love this part. My oath of celibacy is on record. What don't she say that? Would she say that in this scene?
Uh, yeah, yeah. She does say that in the scene.
It's such a
Yeah, it
weird
is.
line. My oath
Such
is.
a weird-
Is she saying it to him because she doesn't want him to think that her and Decker, or does she think that Kirk is coming onto her? I never really understood that.
No, no. Probably she just wants to. Uh, I think she wants to indicate to Decker that there's nothing between the two of them by the way that Decker looked at her. But I also think that she may be the belief that Kirk could be coming on to her
I laughed so hard
so
the
hard.
first time I saw this.
So good.
It's just like, okay, if you couldn't be more 19 frickin' 70s, like he's 10 years too late. He's 1969 right here, buddy.
Yep.
He's straight. He's like he just came from frickin' Woodstock.
Yeah.
He looks like he smells like BO and hay. I love that line. I love that. I need you. Damn it, Bones, I need you badly. I took this movie for granted for so long,
That's
but it's
really
like
good, man.
it's mind blowing in the sense of like
It's the best.
if you had just watched, for example, I'd recently the last TOS episode I watched was The Changeling, which is
Mhm.
about a probe that was sent from Earth that merged with an alien and thought that Kirk was the creator. So
Huh. That's
I
fortuitous,
know
Tommy.
engineers, they love to change things. I always took that as like a commentary on the filmmakers of like, you change the Klingons, you change the ship, you change
You
everything.
change everything. Yeah.
but yeah, that episode, The Changeling, is got a lot of similarities to this.
Mhm.
It's a very dark episode, by the way. The Changeling, like that thing just every time there's all these red shirts in the episode, like 4 or 6 maybe, I don't know, that shoot at it, and I forget the name of the machine, but yeah, he just indiscriminately kills them every time he's shot at. And like, dude, stop shooting at that thing. It will just incinerate you.
Mm.
Listen to the way he's thrusters ahead. Like he's
Yeah, he's making love to the thing.
he loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. And
Now
you know, and
this shot here is like really indicates the scale, and it's well done. It's very
it's
well
so
done.
good.
However, I wonder if they kept more of the TV design of the ship and just added detail to the basic exact shape, but they really did change it. This is supposed to be the same ship that they were on in the show. Supposed
Mhm.
to be. But
It's not.
it's so different. It's so refit. It's basically just not.
It's not.
It's just not. It's just a different. It feels like a different ship, even though technically it lasts until Search for Spock, and then
Yep, and then
it's
it's
blown
blown up.
up.
Blown up.
Get out of there!
There. Oh my God, Bones! What have I done? Turned a fighting chance. You know, you you did
For
what you had
turn
to.
death into a fighting chance for life or something. I don't know.
Thank you. Oh my God, Bones! What? Yeah, turn death into a fighting chance for live. Wow, something like that. Hopefully, we get to that movie. Hey, that movie's great. You
The movie where Scotty is skinny
know?
and Kirk. Everybody kind of gained weight by the second film. 12 years later, why not? Uh,
Yeah.
George Takei is probably the one who's in the best shape of
Yep.
all of them, right
Throughout the
until
series, yeah.
right up until now.
Yeah.
I can't believe Walter Koenig, Takei, and Shatner are still here. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, every time one of these actors die, I I have a fit and I pour out a drink, but I'm really, really happy
It's kind
that
of like a
Walter
gut
Koenig
punch.
is still here. Yeah.
When Nichelle Nichols died, it was like, oh
Oh
fuck.
man.
Leonard
The
Nimoy, when he died,
yeah.
like the thing about him was that he was sick for a while,
Mm,
and it wasn't like a shock. William Shatner is in his freaking 90s, and he's just
humming along.
he has more energy than people in their 20s.
Yeah.
He does more things with his time than any other person that I know of in Hollywood. He
Yep.
is always doing something.
Yeah. He's living it up, man.
And that's what I think some people are like. Like if once they stop, that's it. Like
Mm,
they kind of fade away, and yeah.
yeah.
I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, guys, I love the way that this scene illustrates the conflict between Decker and Kirk, and I also love how in just a moment coming up, Bones behind Kirk, as you're about to see here, tells him to not push it. That people know their job. So the writers do a great job at constantly showing Kirk that the way that he's going to get through the situation is by trusting his people and trying to be not trying to be a cowboy in every situation. And to me, one of the best story things about this movie is how Kirk learns to trust his crew as the story goes along. That's a great warp effect there. Um, and see, Kirk didn't listen to his first officer, so now they're gonna be stuck in a fucking wormhole. So also, I love the little the little secure uh, um, armrest that Kirk has. It's very very cool. This this effect actually is really really good. It's a good wormhole effect, I thought. Yeah, man. And at this point, um, sometimes when I watch this movie, I still fall asleep. But I I just like the '70s nature of it all.
There
Yeah,
is a lot of hilarity in this scene.
yeah,
It is just, it's a cool
yeah,
kind of sidebar in the film. It really is unnecessary. It's just,
yeah.
it's just to show, I guess, Kirk is jumping the gun a bit, and like he's
He
already
is.
making mistakes, and this is one of them.
He is.
Like, cause was it? I just left the room, but didn't he kind of push? Didn't they warn him about this or something? I don't can't
Yes, yeah,
remember.
yeah, yes. Scotty warned him. Yeah, Scotty warned him if he went to warp speed that the engines were unbalanced, and he caused a wormhole in the
Ah,
first place.
yes. Mm.
And now, and now he tried to shoot the asteroid, but because of the way the new Enterprise is wired, he can't shoot the Enterprise with phasers because um, the when uh, um, yeah, so that basically proves how unfamiliar Kirk is with this Enterprise.
I love this part. Not her, but when it takes so long. Photon torpedoes armed.
Yeah,
Oh, targeting asteroid.
yeah,
Like 5 minutes have passed. It's like,
yeah. It's,
no. Oh my god.
uh, uh,
Torpedoes
Ego.
away. I love that. I love that line.
Oh my god.
Torpedoes away. It's the best part of the scene.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's like finally shoot the fucking thing.
Finally, man. Damn it, shit.
In the some things they do, I love how they're just bouncing. Everybody's just bouncing. It's so stupid looking. Anyway, God, I love it. It's hey, you gotta work with what you got.
Yep, yep.
Nowadays they
You
would
do.
have the set actually shaking,
Yep.
um,
You would have
on
somebody. You'd have
hydraulics and
somebody
shit.
going right, left. Yeah. Um. So yeah, I know. I also I love how this scene. Um. Kirk waits for there to be a lull moment, but the way that Kirk stands up and has the spout with Decker just shows again and again and again how unprepared Kirk is for this mission, solely based on the fact that he doesn't he doesn't trust the people that he has around him. But folks, that's good writing, because when Kirk starts to trust,
I understand that, but he's not like a fucking idiot or anything. It's just
no, 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 no,
he's a
no,
little
no,
he's a
no,
little too headstrong at the beginning, but he does learn. It's coming up, but he does.
right,
He's pissed off because Mr. Decker belayed the phaser order.
right, right.
The fact that he doesn't catch on to like what that right away is a bit weird. But there's
Mhm.
an earlier line uh, where we missed it, where McCoy says, "There are casualties. My wits, which
Wits,
I've been
yeah,
scared out of," something like
sir.
that. I wish they had somebody else play Decker.
Mm.
I never
Uh,
like even before I knew I figured out he was
yeah,
a creep.
I mean,
I just didn't like him in the role. I was like, thank God this guy dies at the end or transitions or whatever.
into something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Spoilers
Merges
for a
with
movie that's really, really old.
no, nobody's. Look at McCoy's reaction there. He's like, Kirk's being a bit of an idiot here.
Yeah,
Makes you unfit for. Oh,
unfit for duty.
nursemaid me, Mister. Love how he says Mister.
Yep.
You may be right, Jim.
Yeah. Also, Decker and Ilea were the architect for Riker and Troy.
Mm,
Yeah, to a
yeah, I could
point.
see that. Totally see that.
Yeah.
You left out. So it's so soap opera, melodramatic.
Mm.
It's really does. There's a lot of romanticism in this movie that doesn't exist in like most other Trek movies. There's a bit of it in Insurrection,
Yeah.
but yeah, it never. None of the movies get as sentimental as this one in terms of
As
the
this
love
one.
story and yeah,
Right. I mean,
just the fawning
yeah.
not only of Kirk over the Enterprise, but like when they're going through V'ger, like the endless reaction shots of everybody.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
that's ridiculous.
feels very old school.
Hmm.
Like it was.
No.
There's remnants of the TV show still here in the movie, and then it just goes in a
Mhm.
it goes in that Nicholas Meyer direction, which is great. Wrath of Khan classic,
Yep.
arguably the best one of the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, from a sentimental value, this Wrath of Khan holds a special place. But the one that I really love, and the one that really, really, really makes my heart sing, from a sentimental value and from an emotional value, is Star Trek Six: The Undiscovered Country, because
Mm.
I just I I love that one. I mean,
My favorite
as I
line
was,
is when McCoy says, "I'd give good money if he'd shut up." When
yep,
Christopher Plummer's doing all that speechifying,
yeah,
I love this shot of the door closing on him. That's really
it's a
cool.
great shot.
It
It's
shows his doubt, and he looks young there, man. Like he's just like
he does.
that was the first. When I was a kid, I had seen Star Trek 6 first before I'd ever seen TOS, the
Mhm.
original series. And when I saw the original series, I didn't think it was the same actor. Oh, I said,
Yeah, I
oh,
mean,
a different guy played Kirk in the TV show because Leonard Nimoy looked the same. Even Scotty looked recognizable. Even Chekhov, Sulu, Uhura, they all looked like they did, except just older. But for
yeah,
some reason, I didn't think before I even knew who William Shatner was. I was like, oh, it's a different guy.
yeah. I actually watched all the original movies first before I got to the shows. So for me, it was very, very awkward going from these original films and then seeing them as younger characters. It's kind of it it kind of throws you for a second there.
Mm. And William Shatner had a lot of longevity and has a lot of longevity. He's been through many decades. But yeah, that period between the 60s and the 80s, he must have drank a lot. That's all I know.
Yep.
And besides, there was friggin' there was. I mean, now we have to deal with microplastics, but there was so much more that was going through people's systems. For Leonard Nimoy was a heavy smoker.
Mm.
Uh,
And he died. Sorry, he died from complications of that, right, or something like that.
Did he die of lung cancer?
I I think he did.
What did Leonard Nimoy die of? COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
Yeah, and
It has to do with it has to do with cigarettes. He smoked for 30 years.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uhura, Chekhov, they don't really have much to do in this. I especially Uhura.
Nope.
She she only
I
really
mean,
has a role in the extended version where there's extra scenes with her and some dialogue and stuff.
yeah. No, but I think in the original films where Uhura gets the most to do is sadly Star Trek Five, and I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I think she gets the most to do in Star Trek Five.
The first time she really like has a great scene in the movies is when she locks that dude up in the closet.
Hmm.
She goes, "This isn't real. This is fantasy."
Right. Be
And
a good boy.
she
Get in the
says to
closet.
she says to the guy, "All my gentlemen, all my hopes."
Right. That's
Like
right.
finally you're giving her some juicy stuff to do, and then of course
Yeah.
she has some good stuff in for. But yeah, she really that scene where she's dancing,
Hmm.
which by the way, when I was a kid, it was like, oh come on, some older woman dancing in the moonlight, get out of here, dude. As an adult, as an older man now, like I like that. That's one
Yeah,
of
it's
the
pretty
best
good.
parts of the movie.
Yeah.
It's so strange how like your perspective of like something in your favorite franchise changes, where you're like
Right. As you get older.
it's not that you could be a snob, I guess you could be perceived that way, but it's like, well, I only prefer 2, 3, 4, and 6, and the rest are garbage. But now it's like I love them all.
Yeah.
I just love them to different degrees, and I can
Yeah.
still make fun of things that I find funny, but I appreciate like this kind of stuff here.
It's just that
Like
they
that's the movie warp, man. That's like they're giving you the good stuff with the
yeah,
slightly fancier effects.
and the wink there.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Now, in the in the most recent in the special edition that was released most recently, PJ, you had like a major problem with the fact that they put the warp nacelles, and you could see the warp nacelles right outside the window here.
God, I love that line from Spock as your predilection for relevancy demonstrates. But yes, they do mess with it in the 2002 version and the 2022 version.
Yeah,
Yeah, they change it two times or something. It's different. It's different each time they do it. I don't know why they did it. They could have just left it like this, and it wouldn't have made any difference. Like, who cares? But
yeah,
they do this
okay.
weird cropping thing, and it looks terrible in both
Mm,
versions. It doesn't look good.
yeah.
I love that. Will you please sit down?
Please sit
It's
down.
like, Spock, just come back to us for a second. I know you're all like purged and stuff, and you're less emotional now, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But there really is something else going on with him too, is as he
Yep,
explains. As he
he
explains right
is.
here. And it's a stretch. I admit it's a stretch for like some random half human Vulcan on Vulcan during Kolinar. And it feels V'ger.
Mm,
Like it's a bit weird. Like would every empath or slightly telepathic entity also sense V'ger? Like what's going on there? But anyway, it's
mm,
a little special. It's a little special for the movie. It's like, okay, it has to be Spock that senses it. It has to be
yeah.
part of the story. And it kind of makes sense within the story, but when you really think about it, it's a little absurd.
Yeah.
Why is V'ger why is he sensing it out of everybody? I don't know. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Uh, red is convenience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's just it's a convenience thing. It's like,
There
by
you
the
go.
way, that
Convenient.
cropping there looked pretty bad. There,
Uh,
it never looks good. Like there's a green screen there, and but when they walk into the window, it doesn't. It looks way worse in the other versions,
mm.
or at least in the 4K version
Oh yeah,
of the
yeah,
director's cut. Looks
yeah,
terrible.
because they have some like they have like some you know light around them. Like it just look.
Like here, like there, look keyed out, but in the remastered version, it looks like somebody physically rotoscoped every frame, and it's just like jarring and it's squiggly, and it's like, what this? How did this pass? How did they pass this as a visual effect? Anyway, get off that
Right.
subject now.
Yeah, get off it. Into Voyager we go for the endless staring shots.
Yeah, it's like, and to be honest, the reactions don't match the visuals in terms of until later when they go into V'ger and they see all the complicated stuff. But like just that kind of cloud that looks so
Mhm.
rudimentary and 2D now, it's
Uh-huh.
just it it doesn't age well. And if
No, it does not.
I'm not saying like, oh, this is shit. No, it's adequate for what they needed at the time, and like I said, it's still in that era of optical effects that
Right.
not only that there's a lot of practicality involved in all of these effects.
Hmm.
Like you're either seeing a matte painting on glass or just a matte painting uh, with animation. That probe that comes in later, that's an actual physical thing that was on set.
Wow. Okay.
It was an actual like really bright freaking light that
Mm.
moved around.
Like a like a giant key light.
That part right there where he was about to
That's
say
the
something to
moment.
Decker and he says, "Ah, I stand corrected."
I
This is
stand
the
corrected.
moment
Yep.
where he's like, "Yeah, all right."
I
He
use
he
that.
catches himself
Yeah.
being a bit of a
Yeah.
prick, and he corrects himself.
I use that. I use that line in in my everyday life. I stand corrected. Of course, nobody knows where it's from, but mm, mm,
So this thing attacks them, right?
yep.
And the shields like save it. Which how does that make any sense?
No,
When it can
yeah,
just
yeah.
absorb like three Klingon ships, which presumably had shields, but it doesn't
Mhm.
show the energy field going over their shields. But I think in this you actually see it like the shields reacting to it
Right.
like that,
Yep.
and they survive this.
Mhm. Also, it could be it could be due to the fact that the Enterprise is a newer ship, and and the Klingon ships. I mean, there's nothing in
True that.
Star Trek
Yes.
lore
Yeah.
to suggest this, but they're um a little older,
Yeah.
and they had
A little more vulnerable.
and they possibly may not have been well maintained.
And this idea of like the energy absorption was so strong, it comes in through the consoles and electrocutes people and it burns Chekhov. That was the first seed, I think, of the TNG era of exploding consoles. Like when the ship gets fucked up, like boom, somebody on the bridge gets blown, gets like the console blows up in their friggin' face. And I think this was the first germination of that, where it's
Right.
like the energy can go through the ship and through the consoles, which is ridiculous. You know, in generations
Mhm.
when they're in that battle, the consoles are exploding with such force, it's sending stuntmen across the bridge. Like they're
Yep.
literally flying across. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's
In
ridiculous.
generations, man.
It's old school. It's like double fisted punching. It's just
Yeah.
it's a thing. It's a thing of the past. It's a relic of the past.
Spock, transmit now.
Now this effect here where they the probe goes out. I do admit that the remastered version does a better job because they actually show an exterior
Okay.
of this. Yeah, like there you just see it blank out, and it's quite frankly not a great effect.
Hmm.
So there are things that the 4K director's cut does well,
Does better. Yeah.
but some of it looks like it looks out of place, like the big shot of V'ger. By the way, V'ger is originally described as like the size of the friggin' solar system, pretty much, like even bigger maybe. It's they describe it
Not
32
not
AU's or something.
not in this
It's
movie, right? No.
so crazy big, but they correct it in like the remaster version. Like he says 2 instead of 32
Okay.
because AU is the distance between the sun and the Earth, and 32 times that would be crazy. Yes, V'ger is
Right.
enormous. You see it
Hmm.
in terms of like scale when you see the Enterprise. It's like this little tiny thing inside of it. But
Right.
yeah, it's not the length of like the solar
Of
system.
the
It's
entire
crazy.
planet
It's
or the
not.
solar
Yeah,
system.
it's not. It, something like that would presumably have severe gravitational effects on the area, like really,
Hmm.
or something.
Mm.
This is where they enter the cloud. Now, I gotta
Yeah.
say, dude, the when I saw this at the beginning, the first time back in 1999 on
Yep.
VHS, this is the part of the movie that I bet I'm like, okay, I don't like this, but I can appreciate it now, knowing that like behind the
Mm.
scenes stuff about it, the artistry of like how they
Yeah.
film this,
Hmm.
and look at that wavy
Uh.
stuff on her screen in the background. Even that's
Yeah.
like advanced for the time.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, things get better and we appreciate things a lot more when we get older.
Sulu's reaction, I love. He's
Yeah.
just like,
It's like making a love, trying to
it
make a
looks
love
like
story.
he's looking at the most awesome thing in the world, and then you see these graphics, and it's like, I appreciate the optical effects. Like, I had to keep saying that because I may be pointing out the fact that this stuff is aged, but I'm not
Yeah, it's okay.
against it. I understand.
Yeah.
It's just that I find, even probably for the time, a lot of this is very self indulgent,
Mhm.
goes on way too long.
Yep.
But once it's over and it gets into like, the probe comes in and then Ilea gets replaced, then it gets more interesting again. But
Mm.
they got to be scared too because they're just going in this endless
Yeah.
cloud. Like this is enormous. We don't know what this is. Just they're not even at V'ger yet.
Mm.
This is just the
I
cloud
think,
that's surrounding V'ger.
yeah, I think some of the reactions internally have to do with the fact that they're scared. Yeah.
William Shatner, I forget what kind of interview it was, but he talked about like a lot of acting in sci-fi is just looking at something that's not there
Mm-hmm.
and reacting to nothing.
Yep.
It's like
To nothing.
you put on a face, you put on a thing, and hopefully it matches up with whatever they're going to show you.
Yep. And as a kid, as a little kid, this is the part where I would fall asleep and go, isn't we over yet?
How far? Yeah, we're like an hour into the movie now,
Yeah, an hour in.
and these reaction shots have seemed to have gone on for 10 minutes, even though it's been like 4 minutes.
Yep, 4 minutes.
It's just the same. It's just screen shot of person reacting, screen shot of person reacting for like so. Oh my god! And no version of this movie slows this down. I don't think.
Yeah,
Not that I know of. I don't know. It's all pretty much the
no.
same.
No, but uh, with this movie, it's all about the atmosphere and the and the fact that you know
So
the
this here is the front of V'ger. V'ger. We're seeing V'ger for the first time. Like I couldn't
okay,
understand any of what the fuck I was watching the first time. Like I don't know. Are they in it? Are they out of it? What is this? And it's just I didn't realize like the epic, the scale of it. That's all.
yeah,
So they're heading toward the front of it now. The
hmm,
spiky dildo, as people call it, like there's actual models of V'ger
oh
that
my
you
god,
get that were. I think the image of V'ger was created specifically on screen for the remastered, not the remastered, but the director's cut from back in the day.
okay,
But I'm sure there was concept art or something of what it really looked like. But in the theatrical cut, you don't see a full shot of V'ger. It's
hmm,
only in the that's only in the director's
the
cut
remaster,
cuts. None of them are the exact same. That's what I hate about it. Like they not hate, but it's like they could
dislike,
never decide on a cut of this movie. Same thing with
yeah,
like Blade Runner and stuff, where there's different kind of cuts.
mm.
I like things where it's like one or two cuts. It's either what the director wanted originally, and what he had to give to the theaters. They had to cut this and cut that. He's like, well, I'm gonna probably do a director's cut, add in everything I wanted in there originally, kind of like Zack Snyder
Right,
with Watchmen. Or actually, there's three versions of Watchmen. I
yes,
like the
and
second version without the animated stuff, the actual like full length version of that movie that he intended.
I adore Watchmen, but I cannot stand the animated sequences. I'm like, nope.
The animated stuff in the longer version is just it doesn't help.
Mm.
But yeah, and his director's cut of Batman versus Superman, which is like
Yeah,
kind of like his what he wanted originally, but it was too long. With
yeah.
Robert
That
Wise, this theatrical cut is not exactly the cut that anybody really wanted,
nope.
but they had
He wanted
because
it.
of the rush to get this movie out.
Yeah.
They were literally wet paint film cans shipped to the theaters. They were just that fresh,
Oh
and
my god.
they would show the first two reels of this movie when it premiered, right?
Uh huh.
While still waiting for the third one to get there. And
Oh
hopefully
my
by the
god,
time they get to the end of the second reel, they can hook into the third reel. It's crazy.
dude, that's crazy.
And then when Robert Wise, before he passed away, he did that DVD director's cut where he added in a bunch of stuff. And by the way, the TV version had all this extra stuff in it too, plus more. But the
Mm.
director's cut he put out, and then when they redid his director's cut, they cut shit out again. I'm like, fuck that. You didn't do this scene and that scene, just a couple of things, but not. And
I
you
wonder.
change things. Why don't you just do the DVD version to a T? You
Uh,
know. But they
this,
gotta fuck with it more. Fuck off.
yeah,
Don't do that.
this is
Sorry.
this is a good shot.
Yes,
To
and
show.
in the remastered version, it's an even wider shot, and the Enterprise is like moving a bit. It's not stationary moving across. It's kind of like floating around a bit and like
Floating. Okay.
twirling even. But yeah, that's
Okay.
it's
Twirling.
that
Okay.
shot is still good in terms of scale. But
Mm,
that is an example of what the remastered thing did better.
right.
But yeah,
I
I
wonder.
joked about liking this because it's the shortest. Because I do like the deleted scenes and stuff, but there's some version of this film that they've never cut that exists where all of the good extra dialogue that I love is put back in, but
Mm,
the more dragged out parts are somehow shortened. But because the visuals are so synced to all this music that we're hearing,
yep.
they screwed themselves and they couldn't edit that down unless
Yeah.
they had to
Yeah.
fuck with the music, you know. So
Mhm,
anyway, there you go.
yeah. I wonder, like, is it like, I wonder if you could actually find the TV version online somewhere.
You can find you can. I'm sure you can get it on VHS somewhere. I don't know how rare it is,
Yeah.
but it's called the yeah, the longer version, a special longer version or something like that.
The special longer version.
That's not the version I had that I first watched. I watched this one. Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, the DVD set that I had, or the VHS set that I had, probably was um the TV version. I believe so. Oh, look at this. I could run for a cup of coffee right now and not miss a damn thing. Uh, like like I can imagine. I can just imagine people in when this movie came out in the theater being blown away by the visuals that were shown here. And I know PJ, you know,
I got to make a correction. It was this shot right here that was redone, where the Enterprise kind of twirls around, not the previous shot. Although I think
okay,
that previous shot was also spruced up for the, but they actually
right,
changed that shot that we just saw where,
okay,
and Enterprise looks like it's a CG thing. This part here is all practical. Like they,
okay. Tell us how they did it. I love, um, I love
well, I think there's an optical
Deck.
effect over it, but it is there's a physical light on the set.
Okay,
That's why it looks really weird like that. Like the
right. I love
absolutely,
what
I will not interfere.
when they interfere. I love what I love what Decker says at the end here. This is how I define unwarranted.
This is so 1960s to me. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
and even the way that Spock punches the console here in a minute. In a minute. Oh no! What could it want? Yeah, yeah, that's very of its day. When I was a kid, this moment to me was like very emotional because I was buying into the Decker and Ilea relationship to a point, and I I couldn't imagine what was going to happen between these two.
Well, not much after this scene because she dies.
Yeah, not much.
It's crazy the cut they do here. It's everything's so chaotic and crazy. Boom, it's just silence.
Yeah,
Thing
yeah, very
drops.
good. Nicely done.
Crazy. Very effective, I think. What they did.
Extremely effective. Very, very, very effective. Mm. Mm. Also at this point in the movie, I feel that the film has enough forward momentum, and there isn't really a lull. I think after Ilea gets taken by V'ger, the movie picks up.
Yeah, it's picking up now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Her reaction is like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
She couldn't see all that shit from out of a window.
Nope.
This was like the first time she's like, "I know we're going into some big, crazy thing." She never bothered
but
to pay attention
yeah,
until she got to the
but
bridge. But yeah, she's
uh,
probably just seeing a certain view of it for the first time.
mhm.
All the actors in the set were like told, "Whatever's on screen is some crazy shit.
Yep.
React accordingly."
React accordingly. Yeah.
Yeah, the shots where they show the scale of it with the tiny enterprise, I think, are really good.
Mhm. Also, this is the moment when the audience or James T. Kirk's experience as a commander comes in handy. Like he just he just plays it cool and waits to see what happens and waits to see what happens before he makes a move.
Oh, damn it. There we go. I lost the other camera. It was on a phone, and
Oh, oh, okay.
like I said, for synchronization purposes only.
Yeah. But
I'm not showing the
I
movie.
yeah, I think for anybody who's watching, I think they're where we are.
I got the subtitles there, so anybody like I tried to sync up like Bond commentaries and stuff, like the old Laserdisc ones,
Uh-huh.
and thankfully you can hear a bit of the movie in the background, so you can sync it up with the sound on your movie.
Yeah.
But obviously, in this case, I can't do that,
No.
so it's the best option I had.
Yeah. For streaming stuff like watching movies and things like that, Twitch I think was the best option for me.
Hmm.
Um, um, yeah, I mean,
Twitch, yeah, Twitch.
yeah,
I think a lot of people do watch-alongs with the physical thing on Twitch, and they bring it over to YouTube and they edit it in a certain way that it avoids,
Right, copyright.
trouble.
Yeah. Hmm. Because on
Your
YouTube,
acting
it's
is
well,
so good. No forward momentum.
yeah. Look at that! Look at that, Peter Pan.
I'm Peter Pan, you know.
Yeah.
We're going into the orifice, and another orifice in that orifice.
Of course. Yeah, man.
Judging from the scale, it seems like it's getting tighter and tighter. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like the surroundings are getting closer and closer together.
Yeah. It feels
Crazy
a
effect there. I don't know how they did. I'm sure it's somewhere in the past, but I don't know how they do that effect of this effect here. Like that's pretty cool.
that's
The
very
the the
that's very
thing
cool.
opening
This
together like
this is
like
very very claustrophobic. um yeah. As they get deeper and deeper into the Viju ship.
William Shatner's like, I need a uniform where you can see all of the dirty hair on my arms and chest. The audience must know how here I am.
Yep. Got to do it for the ladies.
Intruder in the sonic shower.
Yep.
First mention of a sonic shower, is it not?
Yeah, I believe so. Lower Decks used sonic showers to great comedic comedic effect. Yeah.
It's the same concept as the changeling where the robot. Okay, I gotta look this up, sorry.
Okay, look it up.
Star Trek, who is the robot from the changeling? Nomad. Nomad thinks the humans are infesting the ship or the planet. It like kills 1 billion people or something. This thing kills a
Uh-huh.
whole system. I don't know how many people. It kills a bunch of people in a star system,
Right.
and
Right.
then like it goes in the Enterprise. And because Kirk has a similar name to Roy Kirk, the guy who invented the probe,
Hmm.
it thinks it's Kirk is anyway
Right.
very similar to the changeling.
Yeah. No, no. I also,
Carbon based units? What's that?
yeah,
The guy doesn't
humans.
know what
Yeah.
carbon based. He's never watched Star Trek. Come on.
No, never watched Star Trek before. Mm. I wonder. I wonder how many showings a day they had of this movie back in the day. Like, I wonder.
I'm sure this stayed in theaters until the early 1980, probably January, February, March 1980.
Right. And with all the with all the re-releases happening now, um, I'm very very surprised. Well, surprised that I haven't gotten a chance to see this in the theater. I mean, it is a Paramount Skydance thing, so maybe.
It costs 44. This movie costs $44 million
Okay.
reportedly,
What?
and it earned
Just from.
139 million worldwide, short of studio expectations, but enough for Paramount to
Mhm,
propose a less expensive sequel.
mhm,
And when they did
mhm.
Wrath of Khan, that movie only cost 12 million,
Oh my God, $12 million
but it didn't
dollars.
make as much as the motion picture. It made 97 million worldwide.
Right. But it was a crowd pleaser.
Decker's
Mhm.
realizing this. I can do this machine.
Yep. The novelization of this movie is done by Gene Roddenberry. Is done by Gene himself, and it's very, very, very. Uh, it's very, very. It's very, very sexualized. I'll just say that.
I wouldn't. I've never read it. I wouldn't mind finding that, getting that somewhere and reading it.
Mm. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Also, I love from a screenplay writing perspective that they tried to set up the romance, but the would be boyfriend is trying to come to terms with the fact that an alien has taken over the woman that he loves.
Mm.
So
I love how she
um,
bursts through the wall like it's tinfoil.
yeah, like robot, yeah.
But yeah, it's they're like they're gonna try to tap into her humanity, not her humanity, but her
Right.
humanoid
They're gonna
entity.
right. Is this the first? Yeah, this is the first captain's log, yeah, in the movie.
Hey, where's the NX-01?
It's
Continuity
absent.
error.
Yeah. Damn those continuity errors.
I love in that the music just then was do 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 do. It was a version. It was
Right.
from
Yeah.
that thing.
From the TV
I love
series.
this recreation room. It's like it's crazy. It's big and it shows like
Yeah, shows like
the
tabletop games
space.
and right.
Yeah, like as claustrophobic as the ship can seem, there are rooms in this movie that are very open and
Mm.
which they
Wow.
really can't
Cool.
afford. Couldn't really afford to do much of on TV shows. Like the Promenade in Deep Space Nine was probably the most impressive in terms of open area set,
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
and of course the upcoming Starfleet Academy is going to have the largest physical set of any Star Trek production.
Yep. That thing's gonna be massive, dude. Thing is gonna be thing is oh that's gonna be a beautiful set.
She has feelings now. She remembers her love for him, but now the robot side must take over again.
Yeah.
Kirk, damn it.
Uh, yeah. Also, I love how this scene sort of illustrates how smart the entity is, but how the entity doesn't understand fully how the human mind works. I love that. Um, I love that from a writer's perspective that the writers put in there.
Mhm. That is logical. It's, there's sexual imagery and sexual undertones in this movie that don't exist in other Trek things. Spock, what are you doing? No, Spock, don't go rogue. He's
Yeah.
not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
Oh, he'll do it.
No, son of a bitch. The guy's reaction is hilarious.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Whoa.
ooh.
Uh, it's quite a reaction to the nerve pinch there.
They got that guy from a porn set down the street.
Yep.
Decker. Oh, Will. Yes, it's me, Will Riker. I
Yeah.
love you, Deanna Troy.
It's a machine.
It would have been
But how
hilarious.
many? Yeah.
McCoy's like, this is a mechanism. Yeah, but I can probably get some.
And
But
it's funny.
in real life, that actress would be way too old for him. But
Yeah.
anywho,
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate that too. When you see some creep in an older movie, you're like, "Fuck, I gotta
Yeah.
separate this now," and you
Mhm.
can. You can do it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
movies are
I
such
mean,
a collaborative effort. It's hard to have one bad apple spoil the whole bunch. But like,
yeah.
even like like if you watch I love the movie Glenn Gary Glenn Ross.
Okay.
Kevin Spacey and everybody else in that movie are really good, but then you're like,
But
there's always that part of you like, oh, it's Kevin Spacey and all that stuff,
I
all
wa-
that
the other
stuff.
yeah the other day I watched American Beauty for the first time. That was very tough to watch.
Dude, American Beauty is a classic.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in theaters, and it
Oh
was
yeah.
that movie and Gladiator that I came out of, and I was like, oh, that's like best picture material because I was so
Yeah.
into the Academy Awards and I was always trying to predict. Well, like American
Uh
Beauty and Gladiator were ones that I was like, sure, we're gonna be like the win, and they were, and they were the only ones that ever predicted accurately.
mhm.
Moonlight, I predicted Moonlight. A lot of them were easy to predict. Like friggin' Oppenheimer was a shoe in.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, it's gonna be
Yeah.
Was Barbie nominated? I think people were like Barbie.
Uh
I'm like, well, no, Oppenheimer, dude.
no,
What are
it's
you
not
talking
gonna be
about?
Barbie.
You know what one surprised me? The Departed. I think they gave that to Martin Scorsese just because they screwed him over so many times with like Raging Bull and Goodfellas, movies that would become all-time classics that never won the Best Picture, but
Yeah.
like Shawshank Redemption lost to Forrest
Mhm.
Gump. Shawshank
What the hell is
Redemption is
that?
clearly the
Yeah.
superior film, clearly,
Oh my god.
but people were just so gaga over Forrest Gump. They were gaga over
Yeah.
Gump, and like Robert
God.
Zemeckis and the
God.
special effects and
Yeah.
the fact that it was so different and it was a different movie.
Hmm.
Uh, but it is a good movie. It's just not as good as Shawshank.
No.
It doesn't hold up as well.
No. No, it does not. I mean, I've watched Forrest Gump so many times that I can never watch it again because I like, oh,
So many classic, tropes. Run, Forrest, run.
Yep. Hmm.
It's crazy. This kind of stuff. Spock going out in his spacesuit.
Absolutely insane.
This is where you take it to movie level. Like,
Yep. Definitely take it to movie level here.
like that. This looks like so 60s right here. Like 60s, not a 60s TV show, but 60s movie
Yeah,
with
man,
the optical
definitely.
effects. And you can really see, people, a lot of people compare this to like 2001: A Space Odyssey in terms of what they were trying to, the approach they were trying to take with, you know,
With visuals and things like
intellectual
that.
sci-fi, I guess, or whatever.
Right, 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 right.
And Star Wars influence as well. This movie wouldn't exist without Star Wars.
Absolutely
Uh,
not.
this oh, and also Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yep.
Star Wars was like the blockbustery kind of like version of sci-fi that they wanted to get into, but Close Encounters was like serious and grounded. And you take those two elements and combine it with 2001: A Space Odyssey, you get something like this. Granted, more biff bam pow action kind of stuff, but this in its own way is the most Star Trek movie of all Trek movies. It
Uh
really
huh.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
may not be the most entertaining at parts.
Yeah. But it's a. But yeah. Yeah. But
Kind of stuff is crazy. Like there's vagina
mm.
after vagina here. Do you not see this?
Yeah. I see it. I see it. I see it.
Just kidding. It gets to a point where you're like, yeah, it looks like holodeck illusions. This is what
It
this looks
does.
like.
Yeah.
And this image here,
Uh huh.
it was one of the things that I saw
How how
that
did
I
they do
didn't know
this?
where it was from. Like it was just an image of sci-fi. Don't know where I saw
Right.
it. Also, the end where they all get absorbed.
Uh huh.
By the way, in the Changeling, Spock
Hmm.
does a mind meld with Nomad.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah, and he messes them up. So there's
Yeah.
some parallels there.
Yeah. Yeah. Similarities, right? Parallel similarities.
I love this aperture effect. I think it's really cool.
They're really cool.
And in the extended version, they actually show like getting ready and leaving the ship, like exiting the ship. They cut all that out here.
Yeah. This is where we sort of get uh, uh, the the sort of exposition for the meaning of the movie.
Yeah,
Chapel.
yeah. Major
She's
Bear.
not
She
blonde.
was
What it is? Yeah, Major Bear.
she's a very attractive woman back.
Yep.
Well, she must be like 40 in her 40s here or something, 50s maybe. I don't know, but she's like, she,
Very attractive. Of course, this
I
is way
like the
before she
design of the
became.
sick bay here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, very, very clean and very white.
I love the V-neck things in their uniforms. It's like we have to show some chest. How many times does Kirk change in this? He's in a different thing now because he was in the suit, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. A couple times though, I think. Right.
Yeah, he is the. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, I'll be right back.
I don't like the
I gotta
patch.
run,
It
but
looks
I will be
very. It
right
looks
back.
very old.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
be right back.
Yep. What should you have known? What should you have known? Jim, this simple feeling. I want to spoil the moment. Take it in. V'ger doesn't understand this simple feeling. No meaning, no hope. Nimoy's acting here is superb. Wait, so the thing's been traveling at warp? Huh? Anyway, who knows? Who cares? With the cloud? Why is the cloud dissipating now? They don't realize that. Do they know it's going to kill Earth now? I think they're starting to piece it together. Maybe. I don't know the question. That's good.
I'm back. Sorry. Sorry. PJ, I'm back. Where are we?
Voyager is sending probes to Earth,
Okay. Yeah, there.
transmitting radio signals, and like Voyager, Decker's like Voyager needs an answer, and Kirk's like, I don't know the question.
Mhm.
Voyager has shut everything down. Now they just found that it's transmitting on a radio signal.
Of course, this follows, the the scientific, trope. One ship um, left to save the planet,
Mm.
but it's a, it's a, it's a really, really. Um,
Well,
this
the thing
conversation
shut
is
down.
right,
Whatever defenses they had there on Earth or in orbit were shut down. They just,
right.
I don't think they just to show like how the probes like whatever's in defense would be shut down. Of course, it
Hmm.
would shut down the Enterprise. Alia's on there, I suppose, and
Right.
yeah, it's at this point in the movie, you're just like, just figure it out already. It's the Voyager. It's the thing. It's the thing. It's radio. It's about to destroy the planet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get to the bloody
Hmm.
end. But no, I'm
Right.
joking. Spock during this whole is Mr. Exposition. He is essential to explain what V'ger is.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he sensed it. That's why his character had to sense it.
Hmm.
Um, McCoy, I love McCoy in this movie. I really do.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do? Spank it?
Spanking. Yeah. Yeah. Also, although people watching this movie in 1970 probably are like, "Geez, get it over with," but this is a very, very Star Trek thing of logically speaking to your quote unquote obstacle for the movie and and speaking logic to it. So yeah, I
Mm.
mean,
Secure all
but
stations. Clear the bridge. Get the fuck out of here. Oops.
get the fuck out.
Clear the bridge, Captain. I love Sulu's voice. It's so deep.
Yep.
McCoy
Interesting.
with those fucking lines, man.
Bones is great with those one-liners, right?
This child needs spanking. God damn it. Where's Decker? Decker, he loves doing that. Ooh, burn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bird.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. That's good.
No, I'm not apologizing to you, the audience that we don't have. No, I'm joking. There was a couple people popped in and out.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody will actually sit down and watch this, sync it up and watch it.
You never know. I mean, look.
I
The
love this shot of all of them in the elevator. Oh, God, it's so good. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah. I mean, when I do my watch alongs on my channel, I never thought that people would watch it, but some of them do, and months go by and I get really really good numbers. Um,
Yeah, you never know when you're gonna get a lot of hits on
yeah,
something.
yeah. You never know what you're gonna get. Never know what you're gonna get. Also, watch alongs let people experience the movie like they're watching it with a good friend, and can sometimes that can sometimes that can bring a different dimension to the person that's watching the movie. So
Mm.
there are a lot of uh, extenuating factors to watch alongs. So good shot there as they exit V'ger or Broadmoor. Uh, yeah. Yep. There's one left, guys.
Like how they have the communicator on the wrist.
Yeah.
There's a deleted
Very
scene where Kirk uh, uses it too.
He uses it too.
Yeah, he talks to
Okay.
somebody on it. I don't think you see him do it in the theatrical cut. Maybe once. I don't know. I haven't been watching film
No,
generally.
he does do it in the theatrical cut when he's in the ready room and Jikov tells him that Spock's ship wants to board. I
Uh,
think.
an oxygen gravity envelope.
Right.
Now, in this version, the bridge is just attached to the ship, but in the other versions, it you see it form
Uh huh. Okay.
that oxygon layered. Such a weird. It's a strange
Very
thing.
strange.
It's strange. It's new in its worlds.
Strange new world. Oh boy.
In this movie, they thought they were seeking out new life,
Yep.
and they were right in a way, but it was really something from Earth the whole time,
Hmm.
merged with an alien machine consciousness.
Yeah. And yeah, isn't that so Star Trek?
Yep, that looks so wonky. It's a matte painting, but it looks weird.
Hmm. Hmm. That's a nice visual there. They're going to go to the heart of V'ger.
And they've changed for some reason. They're all
Yep.
wearing
Again.
these, these costumes.
Yep. Got to have those costume changes, right?
Look at the pockets; they're huge.
Oh yeah, they are huge.
They're gonna find honey. Looks like a big beehive of some more. It's like you almost expect a big bee-like entity to be there. Why? It looks like an ancient Earth satellite. It's even got
Yep.
that funny-looking tinfoil on it. I love the music.
Yeah.
Um,
Jerry Goldsmith did such a good job with the score.
he there's an alternate theme when Kirk boards the Enterprise. That long scene at the beginning, toward the beginning. Uh, Jerry Goldsmith did a completely different thing. You can actually see it on YouTube, like his original score with that scene, and they didn't like it because there was no theme. It was no the theme wasn't accentuated. It was so
Uh huh.
romantic and kind of like old school.
Oh my
And
god.
it's interesting to watch that clip with the original music and
Okay.
not the Star Trek theme. It has hints of it, but it's not full on like dun 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 dun. Dun. Just doesn't have that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
That's interesting. I've never seen that. But probably it's on one of the releases of these movies.
Yeah, it's somewhere. The clip probably still exists on YouTube, unless it was taken down. Wait a second. There's more right. There's more words. There's more
There's
letters.
more. There's more letters.
And then there was only two. I don't think there was a Voyager 6. I think they stopped after two.
Hmm.
But
Oh.
in the TOS episode, the Changeling, the same thing. It's a probe that came from Earth and was launched in the year 2002.
Wow. Hmm.
I'm not sure what year Voyager 6 would be from,
I have no
but
idea.
he said over 300 years ago. So
Yeah.
that's is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta
That's
do some calculations here.
yeah. This is a really 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 introspective ending to a really really
Yeah,
um
that doesn't add up. Decker saying it was over 300 years ago because that would be 1973. So
okay.
Voyager 1 was launched in I think 79. So
So yeah, okay.
what they used to call a black hole. What do you call it now?
Huh.
I think what he it would have been better if he said wormhole. It would have been more in line with Trek lore, I guess.
Right.
Black hole, wormhole, it's like interchangeable at this point in early sci-fi.
Mm.
It's like just concepts that they don't know what to.
Yep.
I mean, black holes were theoretical until I think they actually found them. Wait a second.
Did they? No.
Are black holes real? Yes, black holes are real and are a scientific reality supported by extensive evidence and direct imagery.
Huh.
There are regions of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. Now, Interstellar probably did the most up-to-date version of that.
Black holes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody has a radio anymore, or
Nope.
whatever.
It's all iPhones up there. It's all iPhones now.
Actually, Pelia from Strange New Worlds is probably around. She's probably got 100
Yeah, she
radios.
probably has a phone.
She's got yeah. You'd think radio would be a standard backup in all these futuristic things, but even
Hmm.
Morse code. Like, I think if you're a Starfleet officer, you should know Morse code, even though you'd
Yeah.
probably never use it.
Yeah. It's probably a requisite. It should be a requisite at the academy, right?
Yeah, like the way TNG portrayed Starfleet Academy with Wesley and stuff, it was like super exclusive, super hard, super competitive,
Hmm.
and you had to be like the best of the best. You had to be
Yep.
a bright person just to get on a ship. And that's
Hmm.
I think the modern version of that now is just like
A
you
little
just have to
lax,
have the ambition, and you can make a lot of
yeah,
mistakes and whatever. I don't know.
and we'll teach you everything.
Mm. But I suppose if you were to look at Starfleet after the burn, just getting started back up, it would be a little more open.
Hmm.
You know, in TNG times, so many people want to get into Starfleet that like perhaps maybe like 5% of people who apply actually get to go on a ship and do
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
When in the post burn times, it would be like, we'll take what we can get for now and we'll see where it goes.
I wonder what thumbnail are you going to use? You use thumbnails, right? Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shot of Kirk.
Okay.
Yes, he is using, they're all using their. Would have been cool if they had the foresight to have the comm badges and do the touch thing, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been useful.
Because, as time goes on, you kind of. That's why redoing previously visited eras of Star Trek is kind of a mistake in terms of messing with continuity because
Uh huh.
our technology gets updated and our concept of what can be in sci-fi and in the future is updated. Therefore, if you just continued in the 25th century and updated shit, it would just feel better instead of redoing TOS times and adding a bunch of stuff that didn't exist or
Mm-hmm.
leave the 23rd century alone. It's been done. Let's move on.
Yep. Let's go forward. How about that?
This is a very long, though.
Yeah.
It's a long, subdued
It's a
climax.
yeah ending. Yeah.
It's it's not like any other movie where the end is them trying to just figure out a problem and talking to each other
Mm.
in his room. This is the fucking climax of the movie. And yes,
Yep.
Earth may be destroyed by these probes, but we just as an audience we don't get the
Oh.
biggest sense of that. The director's edition does a little bit more with that stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I always get to the point in this movie where I'm like, "Yes, guys, you got it.
Go. We
Okay,
know.
figure it out.
Move.
Get to it. Get to the sparkly stuff."
Get to
And
this
the
part.
big and the big explosion. Whoa,
Yeah.
that was rude. She's like, "Fuck you, buddy."
I don't want you.
Kirk's like, "Screw you, guy." It looks so.
Mm.
Whatever, Decker. You just suspension of disbelief, I suppose.
I
He'll
want
touch the
this.
wires for a second, and he's got it. It's done. Doesn't
Yeah.
look like he did anything, but whatever.
No, yeah.
And this is V'ger merging with the creator. And this
Yep.
is the part. This is the thing that I saw as a kid
Like,
somewhere, and
what
I'm
is
like, I don't know
that?
what this. I don't know what this is. Not this part right here. This exact
Yeah.
shot right here.
Yeah. The shot. What is that? You
And
must
for
have been thinking
some
as a kid.
reason, there's a movie called Starman, and I was associated with this shot with the movie Starman. It was a movie I saw. It was a really, really one of the earliest memories of anything. But yeah, it's a cool effect. I gotta say, it's
Hmm.
it's, it's very sparkly.
Extremely sparkling.
Now, if only the actual Stephen Collins could dissipate into nothingness. He's a sick man. He's a sick man.
Yep.
I'm so glad that the rest, like nobody, I'm so grateful that the cast of TOS, like none of them have been canceled or nothing happened where they
Nothing.
like became a like a really bad person or anything. So
Yeah.
like we can all think on like Nichelle Nichols and and why am I forgetting Scotty's James Doohan
James
and
Durant.
DeForest Kelly with fond memories of like these were old school people who probably had their
Yeah.
moments in life, but like William Shatner was a joke for a
Mhm.
very long time. A lot of people looked at him and just he was just a joke.
Mhm.
And then around the 90s, he did Rescue 911. And people were like, I like him again.
Yep.
And then he did like Tech Wars and he did all this stuff. And people were like, he's cool. He did
And he
that
did.
movie with Robert Meyer Burnett.
Yep.
Jesus.
Free
What's that
Enterprise.
called? Free Enterprise.
Yeah. That was Free
And then he went
Enterprise.
on. Then he went on to do like Boston Public and not Boston Public, Boston
Boston
Legal,
Legal.
and that really brought him back. Like as
Mhm.
like a respected actor. He did Miss Congeniality and stuff like that.
Right.
He was also in Loaded Weapon 1.
Oh yeah, the parody of Lethal Weapon.
He plays a gay guy in an episode of Columbo. He might be in different episodes of Columbo or as different characters, but he plays a and the way he plays effeminate is like he's not open. I don't wait a second. Am I thinking something? He played gay in something, and he acts like it's how an actor would stereotypically do a gay person back in the day,
Mm.
as like just kind of effeminate, which is a stereotype, but yeah.
Right. I love the final line here. It's a great final line.
I don't need that damn Kolinar. I got my Kolinars right here, baby.
Yeah, I'm home,
My
man.
my cola bros.
My cola bros.
We drink cola together.
That away.
Bad joke. Okay. Now this shot, I'm pretty sure, is in Wrath of Khan.
This
Um,
shot.
this shot, this exact shot.
Uh,
Mm, What a beautiful score.
Beautiful.
And they only do hints. There's only hints of the original series motif
Right.
in parts of the film. Bum bum ba dum
That was
bum
pretty good,
bum.
man.
The human adventure is just beginning.